All right, guys, my name's Monty. To the far right, we have Bowie. Yeah, right. To my right over here, we have Ethan. To my left, we have Anthony. Yeah. And to the far left, we have Javi. Round of applause. Most of the sound effects in this room will be coming from the stage and the dishwasher. All right, this show is called It Wasn't Me. It's a show of storytelling and denying. Us three have submitted stories that Anthony will be reading out. Javi will be accusing one of us of being the owner of the story, and us three will be taking turns denying that the story belongs to us. If Javi guesses the right owner of the story, he gets 3 points. Ooh. Ah. All right. If he gets it wrong, the one who successfully was avoided being accused of their story gets 2 points. Ooh. Ah. Yeah. And today's winner will be getting a prize of art. Babe, go ahead and bring up that art. Today's art was sponsored by Savannah. Everyone say, yay, Savannah. Yeah. This is a boxalope. This is a boxalope. It's Amazon has become a real big impact on this country. And if you're quietly in the wild or in the city, you'll see one of these wild animals, the boxalope. Yeah. Everyone say, ooh. Ah. Thank you, Savannah. All right. Thank you, Savannah. All right, babe, go ahead and take that back. Thank you so much. If you could also bring us the plates, and I'm sorry for laboring you.
And I know we don't have the crowd mic'd, but it is a packed house. And I'm really excited.
Can we turn the camera around? We can't turn the camera around.
Oh man, that's a shame because it's packed in here.
People are fighting for space.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Guys, relax. There's front seats for everybody.
You got the Palestine for a second.
Guys, and this episode was sponsored by Savannah, also sponsored by Pizza Rio. Yeah. Great pizza. Today's pizza we'll show clips of roasted coffee. Has great footage of this pizza. Roasted coffee belongs to Anthony Martin, and that's where we see the barbecue pizza and the pepperoni pizza. Here's a plate for everyone. It's only empty until you put pizza on it. And here we go. Anytime a story is correct, you get this sound. If it's wrong, you get that sound. And that's basically the show and how it goes, guys. Can I get a round of applause from the audience? Thank you so much. Feel free to text anyone to show up immediately. All right. All right, we'll have story number 1 from Anthony.
Hello. Story number 1. Once at work, I was in a closed-door manager-only meeting. 5 of us watched 2 other managers jiu-jitsu fight until chokeout. Javi, who do you think that story belongs to?
First we deny and then he accuses. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead, Bowie. End your sentence with, it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. So, the reason why I wouldn't be in this meeting is because, I don't believe people could do jiu-jitsu well. I only hear about karate, but what is jiu-jitsu? I think it's a foreign concept.
Like fundamentally, you're just like, that shit ain't real.
As an Asian person, jiu-jitsu is made up, and the only thing that exists is karate, and this is why the story doesn't belong to me. It wasn't me.
Nice.
All my bosses are huge pussies, so there's no way they could ever do that. It wasn't me.
Nice. Bowie, as the designated Asian at the table, probably knows all forms of martial arts, so I doubt that this story doesn't belong to him, definitely. As the white man on the board, I'm sure all of your people just learned jiu-jitsu in like junior high or something like that. It feels like the Joe Rogan starter kit, you know? And that obviously couldn't have been me because before recently I had dreadlocks. So how could I have dreadlocks and also be in a manager meeting? The story wasn't me.
me think here. Well, I'm kind of leaning towards Monty because just like watching two guys jiu-jitsu fight seems pretty gay, and that seems right up your alley. But you also work from home, so I don't see how your wife is just out there fighting the dog or whatever.
This is a story about witnessing a crime.
Is Javi on the camera? Oh, fuck. I totally got him on camera calling me gay.
I don't think Bowie's employed. So no, he is employed. I've seen him at work. But I think I'm gonna go with Bowie on this one.
Nice. Nothing about Ethan, eh?
Well, your bosses are pussies, so they probably would know jujitsu just based on that. Okay.
Because jiu-jitsu is a pussy story. Hold for wrong, one press for right.
Javi,
Yeah.
your guess.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Bowie. Final answer.
That guess is wrong.
Oh.
You are incorrect. That story belonged to Monty.
Ooh, yeah.
Monty, so you were watching what? Domestic violence?
This is before my work from home job. This is when I worked in Uruguay at the Amazon call center. So when you're calling about your package and they put you on hold, it's because they're doing tough ass jiu-jitsu type shit in the background. It was a really, really huge guy and another guy who was really buff. And I stopped talking shit to both of those guys immediately after watching this fight. I was very intimidated by them. And yeah, that was my story. Javi, you're gay. Not me. All right, babe, keep the score.
Gay and wrong. So you get 2 points.
I get 2 points. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, hold
Good
on.
job. Yeah.
What is that, the woman of points? 2 points for me. Yeah, that's a kiss from Lady Points. Lucky lady, something more clever than what I said right now.
Sweet, fully transitioned lady points. Story number 2. One time I was working as a dishwasher. I worked the early morning shifts there. When I arrived, the head chef said, "Hey." I look over and he's holding a pair of tongs. He then pulls his dick out of his pants with said tongs and shakes it around. He then throws the tongs in the dish pit and says, "Get to cleaning." To which I said, "Fuck you." And he said, "Oh, come on, it was pretty funny." And I was like, "No, that's not funny at all." He then made me a filet mignon for breakfast. And I then decided, all right, that's pretty funny.
Definitely rubbed his dick on that flavor.
Javi, who do you think that story belongs to? Fellas, deny.
Okay, so the reason why I wouldn't be part of this story is because I don't believe in dishwasher. I feel like that's a very American thing. So as an Asian person, we use our hands. We don't give our job to a machine. So like we use a dishwasher as a drying rack, but we never use it as a real machine to wash things. So
An Asian claiming that technology won't take his job is hilarious because you guys invented AI, you know? Right.
yeah, well AI does stand for Asian individual. So yeah, and that's why that story is mine.
Yeah, never wash dishes. I'm a pig. I'm a slut. People don't respect me enough to do it. So I can't work in a food place. I think people that even go out to food places, to be honest, are scum. If you work at one, you're just a real piece of shit. So yeah, it wasn't me.
I asked the owner as a favor to do the show here, so I wouldn't submit a story like that. Jesus, yeah. I only wash dishes at home to turn on my wife as a form of foreplay, you know? It's the only time I feel comfortable asking her to make love to me is after dishwashing, and she is my boss at home, but she has no penis to grab with tongs. All right, that story does not belong to me.
I would love it if this was the owner of Pizzeria, just like, "Hey, Monty." shaking his thing. I don't think they have
The owner's a woman, but definitely more important than I am. I would wash anything she assigned me to wash.
Put a dildo on like the pizza tosser thing, like the big flat. Ooh, okay.
We have 2 people in the audience, and I'm very ashamed. These are my friends. They'll be your friends too if you give them a chance.
All right, Javi. What do you think?
Man, this is a tough one. Let me think. Who looks most likely to be a dishwasher?
Don't be racist.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going race, obviously the 2 outside. But if we're going by facial hair, I think I might have to go with Ethan on this one. I think Ethan was the dishwasher / voyeur penis watcher person.
So your final answer is Ian. Ethan, not Ian. Your final answer is Ethan.
Ethan. Yeah.
You are correct.
Yay!
That's 3 points for you.
Yay!
You wanna tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to the owners of this place. People that work in restaurants are great people, and I continue to work at them too. Yeah, okay.
Do you still work in that restaurant?
I don't. No. I've gotten fired from almost every restaurant I've worked at.
Whoa.
I got fired from Dairy Queen one time. Actually, that
Mostly-
might be another story. I don't know if I should say it.
You got fired from every restaurant for telling that story?
Yeah.
You surprisingly didn't sue the owner and get a fat check or anything, you know?
Yeah. Or it's like Shutter Island, and I'm the guy grabbing my penis and throwing it around.
I'm sorry, the Shutter Island got me.
He got fired because he was miming the story. He did it like this.
I'm picturing Leonardo DiCaprio's flashback in that movie where he like finds out that his wife killed the kids, and he's like, but it's just the duck guy shaking his dick. Sorry, that's a great movie. Are you ready for story number 3?
I'm ready.
One time I ate a 1,000 milligram weed edible at work. It was a dispensary, so people expected the guy working there to be stoned, so I wasn't too worried. However, I had never taken that big of a dose. I sort of blacked out, didn't remember anything, and the next day, my boss immediately pulls me aside and says, "You need to leave." I thought she was joking. She then showed me camera footage of what happened. At the end of the night, I started counting all the cash in the store. It was around $2,800. I stared at a blank computer before stuffing the money in a Ziploc bag and throwing it away outside. I then drove home. Who didn't do it?
Alright, so the reason why I didn't do it is because I don't do weed. The only thing I do is
You don't believe in it?
celery. So that's my alibi, and that's why I didn't do it.
Wait, hold on. I like how everything else you're like, I don't believe in jujitsu or dishwashing. You're like, no, I would never do that. I was expecting you, I don't believe in weed. I don't think it works.
Weed is a social construct anyway.
Are you telling me all that time we were having a conversation outside, you had celery in your fucking socks?
He keeps that thing.
My foot is made out of celery.
Like a weird celery-themed magician, or I don't know.
Oh man, while that does sound really fun, no, I can't hang with edibles at all, and yeah, that was not me. It was not me.
Guys, the artist herself who sponsored this video is here. Round of applause for Savannah. Savannah makes art, yeah. And that's why she's cooler than us. All right. Now there's chicks in the room, huh? Don't get nervous, boys. Don't get nervous, boys. Let's see. Edibles are like desserts. And I would eat more. I would eat 1,000 milligrams of dessert weed if they were 5 milligrams at a time, because I'm a compulsive eater. So this story would only make sense if I wasn't as ripped as I am, you know. But as you can see, I go to the gym now, as of 3 weeks ago. So, so this isn't my body type. Yeah.
I taught you how to work out like 3 days ago.
Yeah. And since then, I've abandoned all types of sweets. Yeah, except for sweet kisses for my wife. Yeah, and hug. All right. Yeah, this story isn't me because I keep my drug doing and dessert doing separate. It wasn't me.
Avi, what do you think?
Well, in the middle of the story, Bowie kind of like giggled like a little schoolgirl, which it was like, that seemed like a huge tell. So he's really high on my list.
Really high.
Ethan looks like he works at a dispensary. Monty used to be a huge pothead. So all of these guys are like really top contenders for this story. I'm gonna have to go with Bowie though. I feel like Bowie is the type that's spontaneous enough to do something like 1,000 milligram dose at work and like not be ready for it at all. So I don't know. I'm gonna go Bowie. Final answer.
It's the reason why he keeps celery on him. So ever since that day.
It changed him forever.
There's actually weed in the celery right now.
How many milligrams of weed is in that?
Only 7,000 milligrams per bite.
If you can see what he's seeing, everything's just green. Everything's been green. It's like Hulk vision. So your final answer is Bowie.
It's Bowie.
That is incorrect. That story belongs to Ethan, actually. 2 in a row for you.
Wait, real quick. Bowie isn't Asian. He actually took those edibles earlier. Thank you. That'll be my last Asian joke for the day.
No, it's true. I'm just a random German dude who got really high.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that, Ethan?
Yeah, that was a shitty time of my life. I was doing like 100 milligrams every day, and I wanted to see what would happen if I ate 1,000 milligrams. And I just showed up to work the next day, expecting everything to be fine. And my boss thought I was lying. They thought I stole money. It was like a real problem. It was a real problem. Some homeless guy ended up going through the trash that night, and he had a hoodie on with glasses like mine. And when a car drove by, his glasses like glinted with a light. And they were like, "See, that's you, that's you." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's not me." So it was a really big problem. Yeah, I have problems.
He's done more for the homeless community than any point.
That's a good point. You couldn't hear that joke because his mouth was full of food, and it wasn't that funny. Story number 4. All right. I called a customer at work that was new to me, and I made her guess what I looked like over the phone. Who didn't do it?
Alright. It wasn't me, because everyone knows when you hear my voice. Everyone here, close your eyes. And when you hear this voice, you obviously think of a really hot, ripped Asian dude who kind of looks German if he wasn't too high. Right? So that story isn't me.
Yeah, if I heard you over the phone, I'd be like, this guy's wasted. This guy's fucking drunk.
Yeah, I hate calling people at work. I hate working. I hate having to do things for a living. And calling people is high up on that list. So yeah, it wasn't me.
If you close your eyes as well, I also look like a ripped Asian guy. I run into the same problem as my German friend right here. We both go through that problem about this much, and that was a German reference. They should have won the war. I like to spend my time guessing what they're wearing, not what I look like. So that story wasn't me.
I'm still trying to imagine what a ripped Asian person looks like.
Wow! Someone pick up my shirt right now. I'm sorry, Chameleon.
There's more celery. Damn. Close your eyes, wife.
Don't get tempted.
Close your eyes, wife, as I wrote it down.
She starts making like celery dishes at home.
God damn.
I can't see Ethan working at a call center for some reason. I know that Monty's worked at a call center, and he sounds hotter than he is. So I'm gonna have to say Monty. I'm gonna have to say this is Monty. Final answer.
All right, your final answer is Monty,
Monty.
and that is incorrect. That story belongs to Bowie, actually.
Hey, you get to hear my sexy voice now. Long story short, so about a week ago, someone was calling my coworker, and she was like, "Oh, like we've been chatting for so long. I feel like you're like a 35-year-old lady with blonde hair." And she's like, "Oh no, I'm actually 53-year-old black hair." And I said, "What?" She's giving free guesses. So I called this person, and we never talked before. It's like, "Hi, I just want to say on behalf of our company, have a happy Friday, and also, can you guess what I look like?" And she's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, like I just want you to give like a guess. Like I'm curious." So she said, "All right, I think you're in your young 20s because you sound like you laugh a lot, and then you have short hair, 5'11". Then I said, "Okay, but what do you think I am ethnicity-wise?" And I think, like, she was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you can just guess my background." You can tell she's a little bit uncomfortable. But she played it really politically. And she's like, "Oh, I think you have olive skin, right?" But in my mind, I wanted to say, like, "Do you think I'm a green olive, a purple olive, black olive?" Right? But anyway, so and then it was awkward because it was like, we hung up the phone. And I was like, "Snap, I'm probably, like, I won't be surprised if I get an HR report like this." It's just a very weird conversation to have with a customer. Anyway, yeah.
The person taking the complaint is like, "What did they look like? Describe them to me."
Yeah, and I didn't know. Yeah, and then I felt bad because my sister's like, "What, you made her guess and you didn't even tell her what you look like?" Like, yeah, I felt bad, so.
My favorite part of that story is that she says, "Well, you sound happy, so you must be in your 20s."
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's me.
Man, these are some great stories, honestly. I was having fun reading these. Like, before this, I was like, holy shit. Are you ready for your story number 5 now? Story number 5.
Do you guys need a beer or a drink or anything like that?
We need to take a
Just
quick...
1,000 grams of weed?
Yeah, this pizza spike. All right. Story number 5. Once while working, I made a simple, playful joke to a customer. Instead of laughing, the customer flashed his pistol at me. Who didn't do it?
Can you give me a Pepsi?
Hey, babe, can you get him a Pepsi? Wow, nice.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe. All right, it wasn't me.
Talking to the chef. Hey, babe.
All right. I would never make anyone mad, and that's why that story isn't me. I believe in peace.
Yeah. I think I'd be too scared to even tell anybody about that story. If that happened, I would just keep it to myself. I'd be really scared.
I feel like you're scared right now.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Like, dude, one of you guys have a gun on it right now? So wait, brutal. Wasn't me.
Yeah. Very convincing, like, oh, whoa, how did that story go again?
Red flag. Definitely a red flag. Oh, man. I don't know. Things I say are usually not described as jokes. So I'm not sure that story would be mine. A gun? Damn, that sounds scary. I feel like if anyone pulled a gun out on me, they would use it. And this would be a story about me getting shot. Not really a story about a flashing of sorts, you know?
That's actually exactly how I feel about, like, if anyone pulled a gun on. I'm too big. I'm like a bear. You're like, oh, that's what I feel about, like, I can't get upset at, like, the airport. Because I feel like people would be too quick to just, like, duct tape me to the seat. They're just like, we gotta get this guy under control. It's like a dog barking versus, like, a lion roar. It's like,
You are huge. You are fucking huge. You could be like Goliath
You bring that up every time.
in like the White Bible movie.
The white Bible, not the black Bible?
In like the new White Bible, Mel
In
Gibson.
the Asian Bible, you'd be really huge.
I just got his workout routine about 3 days ago, so I'm about to be there too.
Javi, what are your thoughts?
Nobody could ever pull a gun on Bowie. He's just too sweet. I can't imagine the type of vile human that would attempt that.
He would take the gun out of their hand like a fly from a hand or something. You know, or some other scene from Karate Kid.
Ethan's white, so guns are almost like just part of their culture. I feel like that's just a common greeting among the whites. Just like, hey, look at mine. Oh, that looks cool. Check out mine.
It's a pistol flash of approval.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sick, bam. Like,
It was not like this, not like this.
Monty grew up in California, and which is also guns are part of the culture. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Monty at an ex life. What am I thinking of? Past life before Oregon. You got a gun pulled on you in California. I think I'm gonna go Monty on this one. Final answer.
Final answer, Monty. And that was...
No.
That was correct. That was in fact Monty. The current score is 6 points, Javi, 9 points, the fellas.
3 each?
Yeah, I think 3 each.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So I used to work for Disney on Ice, which is a traveling job. And
Disney on Ice.
Yeah. I was in sales, not in ice skating. Yeah. And you can't hand a toy to a kid because that's like not cool. Because then the parent has to take the toy away from the kid when they don't buy it for them. You know. So you have to hand the toy. So what I would do is I would hand the toy to the father directly over the kid. So the kid would still get the sensation of it coming towards them, but it would go to the father. And it was like a Buzz Lightyear sword, which doesn't make sense, you know? And this was in Texas. So I handed the sword to a father and I said, to protect your family. And he flashed me his gun and said, no, we got our protection right here. And I was like, sir, this is a Disney event. You know? And then I just gave him the rest of my toys. So yeah.
What if it was a toy gun?
Yeah. No, it was. I guess don't bring a plastic Buzz Lightyear sword to a gunfight, as they say. You know. But yeah, this was Texas, and it was around the time that phone clips were a thing. So he had a phone clip and a revolver. Whoa. Yeah. So he was both a nerd and threatening at the same time. That story was mine. Yes, Avi, thank you.
He has the same quick draw for phone calls. He's like, hello. Hi, how's it going? All right. Story number six. On my lunch break, I took peyote.
Concise. I like that story.
Who didn't do it?
The reason why that story isn't mine, because I wouldn't do peyote at lunch. I would do it in the breakfast time, so you could get the full effect the whole day. Yeah, that story isn't mine.
That's more morning time drug.
White people don't do peyote. I don't know where to find it. If any other whites in here do know where to find it, let me know. But I know you don't. It wasn't me.
I'm pretty sure whites invented the dark web. So I do feel like this is Ethan's story. He did claim to do 1 million milligrams or something like that. So
A full gram of weed.
yeah, he's already confessed to doing daytime drugs. And honestly, that many milligrams of weed might just become peyote at that point. Yeah. This story wasn't me because I don't have the balls to do drugs that open my mind so deep, you know? Yeah, I would never come back from that, to be honest with you. This story wasn't me.
Javi, your thoughts?
Peyote. Seems like it's straight out of the Orient. I'm leaning towards Bowie right out of the gate. It seems like something they would celebrate, the holidays with and stuff.
It's a Native American drug. It's like, it's when you cut open a cactus, you fucking straight out of the Orient. It's a cactus juice.
I don't know peyote. I've never done peyote.
He's just pretty big.
But you totally fucked that. I mean, I could have guessed Bowie, and now you've thrown me off the trail. Bowie, this guy's on your side. Insiders, right here.
You can also buy the cactus at Home Depot. So like literally anyone, I almost did it. I almost went to Home Depot and bought The only reason I didn't is because apparently they ask you a question at Home Depot where they're like, "You're not gonna drink this, are you?" And I felt like I wouldn't pass
What
that
are you
test.
talking? What are you talking? They sell peyote at Home Depot?
They sell the cactus, yeah.
What?
I was about to say only white people go to Home Depot, and now these guys are like having like, what? That's at Home Depot? Yeah, Mexicans, we're standing outside of Home Depot a lot, but we don't venture inside that much. I don't know, Monty seems kind of like too pussy to do peyote, to be totally honest. But
I am what I eat.
I kind of want to go Ethan on this. I'm torn between Ethan and Monty. Let me go. I'm gonna go Ethan. I'm gonna go Ethan on this. Ethan, final answer.
Ethan was your final answer, and that was
my final answer.
that was incorrect. That was actually Monty. I like how no one talked about that. It was on a lunch break, and it's not like a fun psychedelic either. It's apparently very mean. Like it's like the psychedelic like elves that show up to like have fun with you are like fuck you the whole time apparently.
So this is when I was a kindergarten teacher in Mexico. Yeah, I was teaching kindergarten at a school with rich kids that was 3 languages. I was their English teacher, their PE teacher, and their art teacher, all in English. And Mexico, where I met my wife. I went to her college, which was near the kindergarten, and I was looking for someone to smoke weed with. And they gave me like, it was like this big juice bottle, and it had 7 heads of peyote mixed in it, blended with apple juice, orange juice, and just like grape juice. There's a bunch of juices. And I remember taking a swig, and it felt like I was drinking sand because it was so thick with pulp. And then they told me that this was peyote. And then I went back to work with the kids between the ages of 2 and 4, you know? All these kindergarten kids, and I colored with them for the rest of the day, which was so much more of a journey for me than it was for them. I threw all the crayons on the table, and they always want to color, so I put a bunch of like coloring pages, and I threw the crayons, and I was just kind of tripping, and I was just like, red! And then they all ran for red and colored red, and then I said another color, and just over and over they grabbed the crayons. And then I got complimented by the owner of the school for being such a dynamic teacher. And that was the story of me being a kindergarten teacher on peyote.
I remember you telling me this story, and you're leaving out one important detail, is that you got butt naked.
Please buy a pizza for that table, baby. If you ladies would like a drink as well. And guys, if you'd also like a drink or another pizza, let me know. I'm having such a good time. It's on me.
Yeah, that's a cool fucking story, dude.
Yeah, that is wild.
That is such a cool story.
I like that you thought that you could go back to work. That is insane.
My face felt like Play-Doh. Like I could feel all the lines in my face. And you thought the 2-year-old was crying. I was crying. I was the crier of the day.
Okay, story number, we're at 6 now?
No, 7.
7, story number
That's
7.
6 for sure.
One time, one of our regulars came into our store and showed me and my coworker a crazy picture. It was him with a bunch of KKK guys, all in their garments at a cross burning. He seemed so proud to show us in confidence. My boss then told me I had to 86 him from the store and all the bars he owns. So soon enough, the guy came back into the store. He was a huge white dude, surprise. And I told him, hey man, you're actually not allowed in here anymore because you told us that you're in the KKK and we ain't down with that. He was so offended and acted like the victim and said, I thought we were buddies. Who didn't do that?
Alright, so that story wasn't mine because I actually love people who hate Asian people. Yeah, so he's my buddy. That story isn't mine.
I feel like if they were going to feel confident enough to tell anyone, I feel like it would be you, Bowie. I feel like you could win them over into not being racist. To the point where he's like, you know what, they won't be able to tell. Yeah, you got to come out to one of these things, man. We got a barbecue after?
Yeah, that's the secret.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good. Me being like the white,
Oh, yeah.
the white guy denying and some KKK guy feeling confident to show that. But it wasn't me.
I feel like both of you are from Portland, right? And I feel like Portland's a very accepting city, so I don't think this would have happened in Portland. I think they would have accepted anyone, regardless of their life choices. Because that's what Portland is about, accepting others. Yeah, regardless of the decisions you make in life.
I'm just picturing your flag is like LGBTQ KKK.
All the letters of the rainbow, yeah. Oh, man. No, that story wasn't me because I wouldn't have I wouldn't have told that guy he wasn't welcome. I would have like tried to kick it with the dude. You know, at this point he seems very open and like it was his past. He's talking to me. You know, he might just want to tell me the story of how he's changed his ways. You know, this sounds like the type of story I'd like to hear over drinks. Not the kind of guy I would exile from the establishment. This story wasn't me.
I like that your take is like, I would have asked what to bring to the cookout. Do you fellas like wine? That would terribly stain your robes. Avi, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, showing somebody your KKK selfies seems like a good recruiting tool. And of the three up here, I think Ethan's the most likely to be recruited. I don't know. Bowie.
They needed a diversity hire. So they were trying to get me on board.
I think if we all put our arms out, Bowie is actually the whitest person on stage. Yeah. They didn't have any celery at the cookout. Bowie was a...
He's got his shade. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Asian, Caucasian, it's pretty close. Could have been Bowie. But the wording of it, like the fact that you said we're not down with that, that sounds like something Monty would say to a KKK person. Like that's the level of serious he would have approached the subject with. I'm going to have to go with Monty on this one. Final answer.
Monty, final answer.
Monty,
That
final
was... Well, it was the white guy. It was Ethan.
It was me.
Tell us about it.
It was me, yeah. Dude, this guy was regular. He'd come in all the time, and he was like kind of like a nice guy. And then one day, he showed my friend. He's like, "You want to see who I've been hanging out with?" And then he shows his phone, just him in full KKK garbs with a cross burning in the back.
Where did you work?
At a weed store. I worked at a dispensary. Yeah, I was lying.
Amazon.
Yeah, and dude, my boss was. They told the owner, and then nobody else was able to kick him out. And they're like, "Ethan, you got to 86 this guy."
Was everybody else not white? Is that why they entrusted you with the task?
No, he told a bigger white actually.
Bigger
So
white.
he should have been the one that 86 him. But
You were bigger than him?
no, I was
Oh.
the smallest white there. Yeah, which is why maybe he couldn't, you know.
They send you out there like Poland as like as an offering.
Yeah,
Because Poland got invaded in World War II.
it was awkward though. I had to tell him like, "Yeah, dude, you showed us proudly that you're like in the KKK, and nobody is cool with that at all. And it's weird that you were like confidently showing us that. So you actually can't, you can never come back." And it hurt his feelings so bad. He was like, "I thought we were buddies." And I was like, no. No, but you got buds, evidently. You can go hang out with.
Yeah, go hang out with those guys.
Yeah, they like what you like, so yeah, that happened.
It's like, oh, they're so busy running the country. I can hardly spend time with them. All right. Story number 8. One time I took mushrooms at work because someone dared me to. These mushrooms were a lot stronger than I had expected. At the peak of my high, a burn victim walked in, and I legitimately could not tell if I was just tripping or if that was real.
Oh my god.
Who didn't do that?
That story's not true because people don't get burned. That's just I feel fire is a social construct, and we all know that. So it wasn't me.
Yeah, I have a similar point. He says he was a burn victim, but I think that's just like a term that people are throwing around a lot. Victim. You know, I think this guy really probably deserved whatever happened to him. If I'm being honest, it wasn't me.
I'm gonna actually push the blame towards Ethan on this one. I think this is connected to his KKK story. It was someone who was attached to that cross got sent into the store. Yeah. No, this story wasn't me because I don't eat mushrooms or vegetables at all, really. You know, I'm not a healthy guy. If it's not pepperoni or chocolate, I'm not eating it.
You drank peyote at a preschool.
Damn, my story's falling apart. I promise this story wasn't me.
Javi, where are you leaning?
Well, Monty promised, so that excludes him, and that's the final say on that. I believe that Bowie believes that Bowie does not believe people get burned. Only because. Wait, where are you from? Where are you from, Bowie?
Where I'm really from or where I'm from?
North Carolina.
North Korea, no. Background-wise, Vietnamese, but I was born in the Bronx.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Ooh, the Bronx.
The
The
Bronx.
Bronx. Would have never guessed that, that you were born in the Bronx. Damn. Okay. Well, there goes my theory on that. No, I believe that you don't believe in fire. That's fine. I'm gonna forgive you on that, Ethan. I could see you doing mushrooms at work. I don't know. This is a hard one. All of you guys have had jobs where you could totally have just come in contact with burn victims. I don't know. I'm not trusting my instincts. I'm very thrown right now. I'm gonna go with Ethan. Final answer.
Final answer was Ethan, and that was... That was correct. Hey, Ethan, why don't you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, my coworker did mushrooms for the first time. She came in panicking. She's like, "I've never done this before. Can you please do them with me?" And I was like, "No." And then the lady checking in IDs was like, "What are you, a fucking pussy?" And I was like, "No." And then I did some mushrooms, and they were way stronger. And at first it was great. I was just listening to music, talking to people, having a good time. And then, yeah, he walked in when it was very strong. And he like explained his story. He was like a veteran, and it was like a IED that blew him up, and it was such an intense experience. And he ended up being like a good friend, actually, and he'd come in all the time afterwards. But I see him every now and again around Division and 148th, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Yeah, literally, I couldn't tell. It was fucking weird.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
Bernie.
Yeah.
That's mean.
That was top shelf humor.
Alrighty. So now I think we're on story number 8. Story number 8.
I feel like we just did 8, but okay.
I was choking on a burger at work, but no one believed me. Who didn't do that?
Oh man.
It wasn't me, because I don't choke, I swallow. Wink. It wasn't me.
I'm a very believable. I'm a very believable choker. People expect me to choke. Like, is that guy choking right now? And I'm just breathing. And everything's fine. So it wasn't me.
Monty, you have awake apnea, so like, what kind of...
Awake? Is he saying I have pimples on my face? I don't know.
sleep apnea, but you're awake?
Awake? Yeah. It's just the way I talk. Like, this guy must be dead in his brain. When I eat, a lot of people watch me because it's disgusting. I'm a gross eater. I recently lost like 80 pounds, and I gained those 80 pounds the year prior. So within a 1-year span, I gained all this weight, and people just watching me, often feeding me to see how much I could eat and how fast I could eat it, and would I eat a third burger in a row like a chain smoker? So I feel like if I was choking, someone would be losing a bet, and to invest into their win, they would save me, and then assume I would move on to the next burger. Yeah. So it wasn't me.
Javi, your thoughts?
That story did not help your case at all. Of the three up here, I would imagine that Monty has like the most experience with eating burgers, and therefore the highest probability of choking on burgers, and also becoming so familiar with the task that they kind of just like blank out in the middle of it. So I'm gonna have to. I'm not even gonna guess on the other two. I'm gonna say this is Monty for sure.
All right, final answer, Monty, and
Final
that
answer, Monty.
was.
Ah!
That belongs to Bowie, actually.
No, fuck it. That makes sense. Inexperienced with burgers.
Well, I ordered a burger for lunch, and I was like, "Wow, this is a really big burger." Right before I was gonna eat it, I said, "Hopefully I don't choke." And I was eating it. And I'm choking. And then I was like, "This is so funny." I kind of manifested it, so I started laughing. And then people were watching, is he laughing or like he's choking? But I'm like, I'm legit choking, but it's just the idea of me like dying in front of everyone just made me laugh. So I'm underneath the table trying to grab water, and like it's just like a big scene. And it's funny because I work with nurses, but like none of them like in healthcare, so like they're just watching and they all know the Heimlich, and they were just leaving me out to die. But I'm alive now. Spoiler.
Did you try to eat it in one bite or something? Or
No,
how-
it was just a big bite. It's like I said, I'm gonna take a bite, and then it went down. And I was like, wait, fuck, yeah. So
Yeah, you can take small bites with big burgers. That's okay.
To be honest, if all of you imagined what Bowie's eyes would be doing during a choke, you wouldn't know, you know? And would it be different than his eyes now? I don't think so, you know?
What eyes? I don't have eyes. I don't have eyes. What is
cool.
I think this is story number 10. How many stories are we doing?
We're doing, we're doing
69 stories tonight.
We're doing 8 more minutes.
8 more? Okay, perfect. About enough time for one more story, and I got a good one.
Okay.
This one time, the HR lady at my work let me suck on her titties. Who didn't do that?
All right, so this story isn't mine because I usually people are sucking my titties at work instead. So it wasn't me.
That sounds like way too awesome of a thing to happen to somebody. And yeah, that's really cool. That wasn't me.
I've been married for 12 years, so if I had a story like that, it's not something I would confess just openly in front of my wife, or it would be something I would use to introduce myself to my wife. I'd be like, "Hey, babe, we'll get another one."
Just for me. We'll
Yeah.
get another pizza.
No. Yeah, that HR women often meet up with me, but it's more for me signing paperwork and less for them showing me their breasts. That wasn't me.
I'm fighting the urge to have Bowie suck on my titties right now.
Well, I charge.
So I don't know. He's pretty high on the list. There's no way it was Ethan with that facial hair. I'm almost positive that doesn't your wife work in HR at the company?
No, she's just always telling me how in trouble I am, so I can understand the confusion.
I'm pretty sure your wife is in HR at the same company you work, because you both work for the same company. Therefore, I want to say Monty. I don't want to lose this last one though. My weakest right now is Ethan for some reason. So it's either Ethan or Monty.
Our weakest is Ethan, so it's Ethan or Monty?
Yeah, like I'm.
Bowie.
If this was my story, I would tell it to you every time we hung out. I'm like, "Remember those titties I sucked?" You're like, "Yeah, you told me the story, Monty." I was like, "Can I tell you again?"
Monty actually does tell me every single time his wife lets him suck her titties. He's so proud of that. Maybe I don't know. Fuck it. Let's go with Ethan. I think it's Ethan. Final fucking answer.
For the final round of I Did Not Do That. What's the name of the show?
We got time for one more. It
Didn't do it. Yeah, that one.
For the second to final round of It Wasn't Me, you said Ethan, and that answer is... That is correct.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
It was at the weed store. So HR, her title was HR, but she didn't really do nothing, and she was kind of a slut, and it was awesome.
Her name was HR.
That'll kind of get you together.
Whatever, I'm good.
The most expensive one. Yeah.
I've eaten too much pizza already.
Does HR really even exist at a weed store?
It does when you throw away the day's fucking earnings.
Yeah.
She would just do like a lot of Xanax and be like, I'm HR.
Wait a second. So the lady who fired you for throwing away all the money, you also sucked on her titties?
No, it wasn't that girl.
Oh, different.
There's
okay.
HR, then there's my manager.
You're like,
You
can I?
also suck on her titties?
No, we just did a lot of cocaine.
Just the one titty?
Can I get fired by the other girl?
There's so many women in charge at this company, it feels like it's not a real place.
Okay. Now the actual final last story. Oh, what?
Hold on, really quick. Just in case I'm in the job market. So, where was that dispensary? Just so I know.
Budlandia on 147th and
All right,
Division.
I'm making a mental note.
Say something I'm eating.
Was it nice?
Yeah. He's eating right now. He's a pig. So I have to say something now. I'm vamping. I have nothing to say. Read the final story. This is the final story. Let's hear it. Wait, hold
All right.
on. Let's hear some noise for the final story. Yeah. Again, crowd not mic'd. So.
Okay. I got a job once by showing up and insisting that I was ex-employee's older brother, who was a manager, recommended that I work there. After 3 interviews and insisting that I was recommended by the manager, was waiting for me, I got the job. I later found out that the manager brother had stopped working there 8 months prior, and they actually weren't brothers. Who didn't do that?
It wasn't me because I don't believe in brothers. That's the social construct that they have in America. Yeah, so it wasn't me.
It wasn't me because the only job I've ever had, obviously, is working at a weed store. And I'm gonna die working at that weed store.
I feel like that would fly in a weed store, though. If you're just like, yeah, I know, I'm brothers with the guy.
Bowie is from the Bronx, so I feel like if the story was him, he wouldn't mean like brother. It would be more brother and not brother, you know? In this situation, the hard R makes a difference. Not worth the reach. That wasn't worth the reach at all. All right. This story doesn't belong to me because I usually don't get too many job interviews, and yeah, I don't know. This where you said something about brothers lying in a job interview. That does sound like my tactic, but no, yeah, I don't have jobs like that.
You should lie in your next job interview. Just try it out.
I lie on every single job interview ever. Yeah. Asian people aren't allowed to have siblings. It's one child. Everybody knows that.
Reading up on my
Everybody knows that. Monty's Mexican. He's probably got 1,000 of them. And he could just say any Mexican is his brother, and they would probably believe him. Ethan, let me think. He's worked at a dispensary. A lot of memory issues at a dispensary. You could probably get away with that there. Who is the only one that's maintaining eye contact right now? I don't know if that's a tell or if that means he's not lying. So it's probably, I'm gonna go with, shit. I don't know. Let's go with Ethan. I'm gonna go with Ethan. Ethan, final answer.
For the final round of... I didn't do that? What?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. You said Ethan
Ethan.
on the final round
So
of
is
This
it?
Wasn't Me, and the answer is wrong. That was Monty, actually. Monty lied his way into a job.
No, yeah, this was the Amazon call center. A buddy told me to go just walk in. He says it's Uruguay, you're an American, you'll get the job. He's like, my other brother from North Carolina works there, just go ask for him. So I went in and I said, my friend's brother told me to come here and get the job. So they said, what's his name? I said, I don't know. And they're like, all right, what's your friend's last name? And I was like, shit, I don't know, you know? And then that got me through security. And then I went to the other security, same situation. What's his name? What's the brother's last name? Don't know. And then that happened for 2 more interviews. And I just kept saying, I don't know his name. I don't know the brother's last name, but they're waiting for me upstairs. And they told me to come get this job. And then I ended up just getting the job because I have an American passport and it was a call center. And then, then 8 months later, I found out that the brother stopped working there for a long time and that they weren't really brothers, they were just both from Carolina. But by that time, I was already inside, which is a man's goal, to get inside. All right, guys, it wasn't me, guys. Did you guys have a good time?
Yes, we did.
All right. Any last words, last comments, plugs, or something like that?
You can find me online at The Anthony Martin and also Roasted Coffee Comedy, where I give people a free cup of coffee in exchange. Me and 2 other comedians roast the shit out of them. It's usually pretty okay.
Okay, that's actually really sick. You guys should come out to my terrible open mic sometime that I host. It fucking
I like
sucks.
it. I like it.
It fucking sucks. You should watch all of us bomb. It's fucking dog shit.
You can find me in the second stall of the bathroom. If you want some extra toilet paper, I'll spare you some, and I can give you some celery to munch on as you take a shit.
Jeez. My name's Monty. This show is It Wasn't Me. It's the first Monday of each month. Next, new comedians each show, new topic of stories, new accuser, new deniers. Thank you for being here.
Beautiful. I'm Javi. I don't do anything.
Oh wait, what was the score?
Oh yeah, who's the winner?
Who's the winner?
Hold on. Oh, you were keeping track? I did the math in my head really quick.
I think that Javi has 9 points and Ethan also 9 points.
What? Javi and Ethan both have 9 points, huh?
Jello Resto!
Wait, no, Javi has 12 points. You got 4 stories right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah!
So Javi's the winner.
No, I see Jello Resto.
Oh, limp celery.
Have you got 4 stories correct, right?
Yeah.
And then Ethan worked hard for each of his 2 points, right?
Yeah.
But how does that make sense? How does Ethan have 2 points? It's 2 points at a time, and he has 9 points.
He has 3 points and 2 points. I don't know. 3 points and 2 points. So.
But he had 2 points all the way to the number 9. I'm gonna check with my Asian friend to see if the math was right on that. So I'm gonna say 10 to 12 maybe. But at the end of the day, you say Javi's the winner. Round of applause for Javi, our winner of the night. Babe, come bring up his prize.
Oh, I get the prize.
Ooh.
This is actually super fucking dope, and I'm gonna hang it on my wall. I'm gonna move some family portraits around. We gotta make some space for this, definitely. Thank you
Nice.
so much.
Round of applause. Thank you,
Oh, he's
Pizzeria. Thank you, Savannah, for the art. And thank you to all our comedians for being here. It wasn't me. Nice, the Boxalope. Awesome.